Let's talk about love, the kind that doesn't ask you to disappear. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this, but love should never cost you your voice. It should never cost you your peace, and it certainly should never cost you your damn self worth. Unfortunately, we have inherited these beliefs that will tell us otherwise. But, baby, I'm gonna tell you, in this space, we are unlearning those myths about love that tell us how it should feel or who we should chase or even what we're allowed to want. You are worthy of connection that honors your wholeness. Y'all, love isn't something you have to prove you deserve. You are already worthy. You also don't need to chase people to be chosen. Honey, a person who wants you with everything you do and don't have, okay? We also need to unlearn this belief that we need to fix people to be loved. We learn that our willingness and our desire to be effective and be productive is a sign of our worthiness. And that's something we've talked about before. Baby, I need you to unlearn that. Unlearn that. So are you only valuable when you're fixing, when you're of use to a person? Nah, baby, unlearn that belief. Baby, here's another tough one for people. You don't owe anybody your loyalty if it costs you your peace, okay? It means prioritizing your well-being over relationships and situations that drain you. Loyalty should never come at the expense of your self-respect or your tranquility, baby. It's about setting boundaries and knowing when to step back for the sake of your emotional well-being. Peace is invaluable. You're allowed to choose that every time, okay? Baby, here's another one to unlearn. You are allowed to walk away from what hurts. That's not quitting, that's self-love, okay? Save yourself. That also means that you don't have to stay where you're not seen, where you have to over-explain and make a spectacle of yourself just for acceptance, just to prove that you're worthy and deserving of the love. And finally, and this is a tough one for folks, being alone does not mean that you're unlovable. Unlearn that belief. Unlearn that. Honey, let me tell you, when you can learn to be alone, that gives you an opportunity to learn yourself. And that's when you'll learn that there's a difference between being alone and being lonely, okay? Baby, you don't have to chase love. You don't have to suffer to keep it. And you don't have to shrink to fit it. Listen, reject this notion that you're too much or you're hard to love or you're just overly sensitive. Real love will always honor your wholeness and not just your willingness. So baby, if you've been taught that love means overextending, overhelping, overfunctioning, baby, it's time to unlearn that belief, okay? Find love that feels safe and reciprocal and rooted in truth. You deserve love that lets you breathe and then bloom. All right, I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.